same organs, I would say. Then, for instance, the sound as in snake, and so they're pronounced with the same articulatory organs, and yeah, I don't know. So basically, our body can pronounce different type of sounds, consonants and vowels, and yeah. But basically, our articulatory system, as they all have other primary function as the lungs. It's not like to produce speech, but we do use our lungs. That's the air. We need our lungs to we need the air to produce sounds and speak. As in the primary function, it's not the primary function, just as our tongue is not the primary function to produce sounds. And so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna maybe give you some idea of the sounds, or maybe the IPA, the International Phonetics Alphabet. So in IPA, one sound equals to one symbol, and one symbol equals to one sound, which makes life a lot easier. Like, if you want to study another language, because you look at the sound in IPA, you see how it is pronounced with the chart. You can try to pronounce it. You can, I don't know, you're not gonna be like really good, but you're gonna become better if you really take the time to try to pronounce it correctly. It should work. Yes, so one symbol equals one sound, and in English and French we're lucky because it's not too different from our script, except for some words, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to make some kind of video description with that, but for instance, the letter P, as in as in parent, the letter P, it's the same, like not capitalized, but a little P, that's the sound. M, it's the same. S is the same. Sh is not the same. There's another same as sh, sh. Well, the voiced sound for sh, which I cannot make because, well, I could make it, but I'm whispering, so I don't want to make it. And I think that's interesting that when we're whispering, we're not voicing our voice. Voicing is the vocal cords, so M is usually voiced, but when we're whispering, we're not actually voicing it. And I find it interesting because we are able to understand pretty much anything, but if you take the letter P as in parent and the letter B as in block, and when we're pretty much the same thing, but I know that it's written with a P. Although I tried to pronounce with a P the first time, I don't know if when I'm listening to this, I'm gonna be like, that sounds like the same thing, probably. I don't know, or probably not. But well, yes. So that's the voicing one with the vocal cords. But I was saying sh as another symbol when it's voiced, but I don't know, as in measure. And you see when I'm whispering measure, I'm actually pronouncing sh and not the voiced one. So yeah. What else? So there are a lot of symbols, and hopefully I can make a video description or something, but it doesn't really matter. And what else? Yes, so that's for the consonants. And now in English, not in English, what I'm talking about, for the vowels. Not for the vowels, it's the same. They also have symbols. For example, A is different from O, and O is different from O, and O is different from E, and E is different from A, and so on and so on. And what I would like you to do, if you're still listening to me, and if you're an Anglophone, an English-speaking person, and you want to pronounce the infamous sound U, which in IPA is actually the Y symbol, as in yes, but in IPA it's the Y symbol. So, to see how our article system works in wonderful manners, and I mean, it's really easy for Anglophone to pronounce the word, the sound U, if you just pronounce the sound E. Well, should I pronounce the sound E? I don't want you to pronounce the sound E yet. I want you to round your lips really tight. Round your lips really tight. And I want you to try to say E. Okay? Try that. Did you do it? Because if you're trying to pronounce the sound E with your lips very rounded, it should come out as a U. U. So basically, E, A, U. The only thing that changed with E, A, U is the lips, because E, you see your lips are actually a little bit like when you're smiling. E and U, they're very, very rounded. It's the same thing with P. they are in your language. But for French, I mean, I swear that it's not A, E, I, O, U. Those are not the vowels. And in English, it's not A, E, A, E, I, O, U. No, those are not vowels. So, for instance, some people are saying that there are 16 vowels in French actually, and some phonetics people, which is still not the truth, because depending on where you live, you can have only 13 vowels in your French, or if you're especially like Quebec, you can have up to, I don't know, 20, 25. So it really depends. But you is they're not vowels. Well, they are, but yes, they are. But in English, A is a vowel, E is a vowel, I is a diphthong, O is a vowel, U is a semi-vowel with the vowel sound U. U. So in B, to say, to like write U, you would have the letter G, the letter U, and that would make U and the letter G is actually a semi-vowel or a semi-consonant. Okay, besides this, also, I don't know, I don't know, it's because we're still too early in our class, in my class, but I just wanted to talk about the sound and maybe if there's some French people listening, if some people are still listening to this, or they haven't gone anywhere else, the sound as in fait, the sound fait, which would be written B. Also in IPA, every sounds are written between brackets. That's the sounds. It has to be like this. So in IPA it's bracket. The bracket fit is F, E, like a three, an inverse a three or something, and T, fit, with no E at the end, because that would be fete. And what I'm trying to say is that in Quebec French, we do not say fete when we are talking about a birthday, as some people in France might say. In Quebec French, we say fight, which kind of sounds like a diphthong, but I don't know. But one of my class, they say it's not a diphthong, and I've read that it is a diphthong. But anyway, the sign I've learned in my first class is a 3, well, some sort of 3, and that is fight. And in my current class, we didn't learn that symbol. Well, we haven't learned any Quebec symbol yet. I hope we're going to learn them, because I cannot like write fight with the sound F, because that would be fit, which that's not how we say it at all. And also the diphthong, there are some different ways to write that. Also, I find it weird that one symbol, but I've seen a lot of different symbols for different symbols, but it's a lot better than the alphabets, that's for sure, and that's why I think we should learn that in elementary schools or high schools. That would be very useful for anyone willing to learn different languages or study their own language. So the diphthong I, as in fight, fight. at some point, and it was changing, like effervescent and changing, and at some point, the higher class decided to standardize the language, and to make a norm of French. So, like, to say, oh, this is good, this is not good, and yeah, that's pretty much what happened. But in the meantime, France had already been sending people to colonize North America, New France in that time, which soon after became Canada, or well, anyway, part of England. Well, not a part of, but like it was owned by England, not by France anymore. And that is why it is so different. That is why there are two distinct varieties, and one is better than the other. It's the same language, but they evolve from two very different mindsets. The one that was very changing, effervescent, and the one that was like purified, standardized. Yeah, and so that's why we're like more liberal on how we talk in Quebec, except for when we're trying, except for some people on TV are trying to speak international French. So we're more liberal, and than people from France, I think. And yeah, but yeah, that's it. And so basically, there are two dialects. So there are more than two dialects, but those are two big varieties. And so, for instance, the French that was exported into Africa was the variety from France. So that's why, like, pretty much everyone except